Hello and welcome to Healing Womanhood. I'm Saffron and this is week 2 of our exploration of what beliefs that we've taken on about what it means to be a woman. So today we are looking at what we learned from the media. So this is going to be more specific tapping because I think there's a lot of generalizable messages that we might have received, and of course it depends how old you are and what was going on in the media as you grew up. But I'm going to go into some potential examples here. So before we begin tapping, if you take a moment and just reflect on the women in the media as you were growing up. What examples were offered to you? What did the media tell you about who you should be as a woman? What is important for a woman? What makes you socially acceptable and what doesn't? Can you think of any specific examples? Maybe from films or TV shows? Maybe from adverts? It can be a lot of really unhelpful messages in advertising even now. Say even now as if things are better, which we know that they maybe are slightly but not hugely. There can be some really unhelpful messages from the media and advertising. And when you're ready, when you've made a note of some of those things, we'll begin tapping. If you haven't tapped with me before, all you need to do is tap where I'm tapping and repeat what I'm saying. So beginning here on the side of the hand, which is called the karate chop point. Even though I got certain messages from the media about what it means to be a woman, about what's expected of me, I choose to love and accept all of myself anyway. And even though some of those messages might have got absorbed into my way of being, I accept that that happened, and I choose to love and accept me anyway. Even though the media gave me some beliefs that I might have brought with me into adulthood about how a woman should be, that's okay. And I'm okay. And I love and accept all of myself anyway. And then we're moving on to the inner eyebrow point. All of these messages about what it means to be a woman. The media had its point of view. I saw lots of examples about what it meant to be a woman. And they might have influenced me and my feelings about who I should be in the world. All of these media messages telling me what's important for a woman, telling me that my appearance is important, telling me that my value depends on it, telling me that that's where my energy should go. I wonder how much of that I took on board. It was a message that I heard a lot as a child. It's a message that's still given out now. I wonder if I'm still taking any of that on board. I wonder what life would be like if I'd never received that message. Would I feel differently about myself? Would I feel differently about other women? Would I be behaving differently in the world? I'm ready to consider these questions now. I'm ready to consider what belief went in about the importance of appearance, and whether that's a belief I still want to hold. I'm not really sure I do. I wonder if I could replace that idea with a belief about the importance of choice. My own choice about how I present myself in the world. My own choice about the clothes that I wear, the length of my hair, whether I wear makeup and jewellery. Maybe all of that is up to me. Maybe there are no intrinsic rights or wrongs related to being a woman. And in my head, of course, I know that all of that is up to me. So I'm ready to clear away any old beliefs that might have got lodged in there somewhere about how my appearance determines my value as a woman. Because that's just nonsense. That's so clear for me to see. So I'm choosing now to swiftly and easily knock back any of those messages that I receive from the media, and especially from advertising, about how my appearance determines my value. And I wonder if I got any other messages about what it means to be a woman. I'm reflecting now on my favourite films and my favourite TV shows from when I was very young. How was the role of women presented to me? Were women powerful in those shows? Or were they dependent? What did they achieve? What did they want? What was their purpose? If you want to stop and journal any of these questions, you can. I wonder if I've taken on any of that. As rules for my own life. I wonder what I believe to be my purpose. Was that influenced by media? Was it influenced by gender roles? I've been shown these gender roles my whole life. I see them reflected in the world, and I see them reflected in the media. And I'm ready to throw them out now. I'm just not interested in that anymore. I'm ready to choose an unrestricted life, where the things that I do, the things that I achieve, the clothes that I wear, the way I present myself in the world, none of that is defined by my gender. It's not quite the world that we live in yet, but I'm ready to be part of moving towards it. Moving towards this ideal of freedom. Moving towards this ideal of choice. Total freedom to be who I am, regardless of gender. It's not what the media told me then. And it's not what the media tells me now. But it's what I'm ready to live. And it's what I'm ready to model. So that those around me can see exactly what's possible. And also so that I can see exactly what's possible. Exactly what I'm capable of. And part of me might be saying, it's just not as easy as that. And I acknowledge that voice. And I'm ready to find ways to make it easier. Because this matters. It matters for me and it matters for the world. Freedom is important. Opportunity is important. And I'm choosing to take both of those things now. Freedom and opportunity are mine. And I'm letting go of any restrictive beliefs that stand in the way of that. Releasing beliefs from every point in my life where I've learnt that women aren't capable. Where I've learnt that women don't matter. Where I've learnt anything else that holds me back as a woman. Clearing all of those old beliefs now. Embracing my power and freedom. And spreading that throughout the world. Take a deep breath. Comments, feedback, thoughts, all very welcome. I hope that felt really good to you. We moved a little bit away from the idea of media there. If you're watching the short version of this video, then I would highly encourage you to move over to the long version on the Patreon membership. The link is in the description. We will now be going into any negative messages that you got about what happens to powerful women, what happens to influential women, the scrutiny that women are under. And these are messages that might have come from your childhood, they might be coming now. We're not really much further forward on that score. And it's going to be some really powerful work for dissolving blocks around this idea that we have all of the freedom and opportunity. And of course there is a reality there. There is a reality that we are still to some extent restricted. There's still a gender pay gap. We're still suffering under some really heavy expectations. So I want to really acknowledge that, and also acknowledge how much of that is shiftable within us. Some of it is, some of it isn't. So all we can do is do this work and see where we end up, see what effect it has, and see what amazing brilliance and equality that we can bring into the world. So please do join me over on the Patreon membership for a bit of that. And if not, I will see you next week. Thank you for tapping with me today. Bye bye.